Good morning, guys. Happy Tuesday. Get it going. Hey, don't forget on the FM side of things, the $25,000 fast money keyword is in effect right now. You're shot at $100. You're shot at $100 and getting qualified for your shot at $25,000. So not too shabby. Let's get this Tuesday rocking and rolling. So don't forget, today is Taco Tuesday. I remind everybody every Tuesday there's Taco Tuesday because I think Taco Tuesday should be a national holiday. That's just me. In fact, I'm a list maker. I don't know if you're a list maker or not, but I make lists for my day. So I made a list for today. And my list today includes, my hands are dirty because I've been working all week. I've got to clean up. I've got to clean and coat some stuff I did for some metal. Got to clean the side of the house. Got to spray for bugs. Got to do the kids' room. And then at the bottom, I got to consider doing some disc golf this evening and tacos. Because tacos are important. Also, my handwriting is just awful. I've got really sloppy handwriting. I've had sloppy handwriting since I was a child. Actually, I used to have to do eye exercises in first grade. They thought it was my vision. It turns out I'm just always in a rush. All right, so on National Twinkie Day, how we doing? Is everybody going to get a Twinkie today? Because if you don't, you should. Remember when Twinkies were almost gone? When Hostess was like, meh, we're done. And then Bimbos came in and said, hey, we got you Twinkies. They didn't taste right at first, but then they figured it out. Today's National Twinkie Day. Don't forget the time that we almost didn't have Twinkies. Go out and treat yourself to a Twinkie today. I read online somebody had a Twinkie hack. You can try this. Best of luck to you if you do. But they cut a Twinkie in half. They put a cold hot dog in the middle, and then they topped it with sharp cheddar cheese whiz. And they said that all of the flavors together really, really complemented themselves. So if you want to give that a shot, by all means, go right ahead. Report back. Tell me what your findings are. Good morning, Jennifer. How are you? So today's National Twinkie Day. Make sure you go get your Twinkie. If you have a special way that you eat a Twinkie, I'd love for you to share it with me. I have a special way to eat Twinkies. It's nothing fancy. It's not sexy. But yeah, no, tacos is super important. That's why I put it on the list. If you put it on the list, it'll happen. But the way I eat Twinkies is like almost like a bruschetta. Like I take off, I bite away all the cake around the tops and the sides. So it's just the bottom, like the flat bottom and the frosting. And that to me is like the best part of the Twinkie. That's just me, whatever. So on National Twinkie Day, make sure you celebrate with the Twinkie today. I wanted to talk about hobbies that you've started since the pandemic because we're over a year in now. I know we're rounding the corner. I know we've talked about it a little bit. There's a whole fourth variant now that's like way more contagious and not nearly as awesome. But we're coming up like on 30% vaxxed, like nationwide, and that's gonna like 30% of the population's already had one, like 19% is fully vaxxed. Like we're rounding the corner. We just have to stay a little more vigilant. And the time that we've been vigilant, though, how have you been spending your time? What has been your go-to hobby? Have you picked up a new hobby? If you follow the show, obviously you know that I do disc golf. I talk about it all the time. I went to San Francisco. I went disc golfing like every single day. The other hobby that I've kind of got into, and I'm not ready to share anything yet because I'm still really working on it, is kind of improving like my home surrounding, like my little home theater area. And I say home theater like I have a home theater. It's the kids' playroom. I'm setting up a portion of it that's going to have a projector. And when we're not using it for the projector, it goes back to a play area. But I'm going to call it my home theater. My home theater sound system is a really old, oddly racist Bluetooth speaker. We'll get into it another time. So anyway, congratulations, Jennifer. I get mine in 9 days, 8 days or 9 days. I can't remember. I have to look at my calendar. So you are 2 weeks away from being fully vaccinated, right? Because it takes 2 weeks after your second shot. So I'm like 3 weeks away. 4 weeks away. No, 4 weeks away. It's exciting stuff. So anyway, yeah, if you could share in the comments, what have been your hobbies that you picked up during the pandemic? I know that I picked up trying to improve my living space. I picked up the disc golfing. I picked up kind of expanding the little metal things that I do. I picked up trying to make my backyard a more, I guess you could say, agreeable place. Like my backyard's never been off limits. It's just never been, it's never been sexy. I don't have a sexy backyard. Like no one goes to my backyard and you're like, oh, I can tell you put a lot of work into this. You know, I'd like people go to my backyard. They're like, oh, so you woke up today and said as little as possible, and it would be accurate. So that's another thing I'm picking up and trying to fix. So anyway, share in the comments. What hobbies have you picked up during the pandemic? And we'd love to share them here. And me too, Jennifer. I cannot wait for this to be over. I'm glad that fans are back in stands and that they're doing it responsibly. I watched a basketball game last night. They were in Minnesota, and they had fans like every 10 or 12 seats. I can't remember what it was, but you could hear the energy from the crowd again. And I honestly believe that the Kings lost last night because they were in Minnesota, and Minnesota had fans in the stands, and those stands or those fans brought some energy out of the team. Anyway, that's just my excuse as to why we lost. Whatever. We're a terrible team. We're trying, gosh darn it. All right. Your hobbies, your Twinkies. Go get a Twinkie today. It's National Twinkie Day. Don't forget, on the FM side of things, the $25,000 fast money keyword is in full effect right now. You know what? That is only up to, yeah, I know. I'm looking at my my Tupperware and pans drawer today, and I'm wondering if I put that. You know what? I'm going to put it on the list. Hold on. Hold on. Tupperware and pans. Organize. And we're going to put an arrow, and it goes above consider disc golf and tacos, because disc golf and tacos is what we do after we do all the fun stuff, right? Yeah, I think creating a comfy backyard is really important right now. You know what? And you know what? When all of this is said and done, like, I know eventually we're going to go back to the way things were a long time ago, right? Like it's just going to happen. And think back 1918 when we had the first, you know, whatever that flu was back then. I mean, it took a few years, but before you knew it, we were all hugging and kissing like nothing ever happened before, and we'll do it again. But until then, like, we make our backyard comfy, right? We improve our living space, and we improve the stuff that's around us. So I think that's kind of like everybody's mission right now, and I think that's a good mission. So anyway, again, fast money keyword, FM side of things, go listen for that. Go try and win some money, and we'll be back on our live streams tomorrow morning, bright and early at 7.